All right, let's jump right in. If you really want to understand the AI revolution, I mean, truly get to the heart of it, you don't need some dense technical manual. Nope. All you need to do is understand one single word. A word that, right now, is having all of its different meanings fused together like never before in history. So, I've got a question for you. What do you think that word is? What's the one word that's like the master key to unlocking this whole new reality we're stepping into? It's not data, it's not algorithm, it's something way, way more fundamental than that. The word is power. Simple, right? But think about it. For all of history, the different kinds of power, the electrical power engineers talk about, the computing power tech folks build, and the political power that leaders fight for, they've all lived in their own separate worlds. Well, AI is changing all of that. It's smashing them together into one giant interconnected system. And to really get our heads around this, we're going to go on a little journey through what I'm calling the 5 levels of AI power. We'll start with the most basic physical stuff and climb our way up to the most profound. This is our roadmap. Ready? Okay, let's start our climb at the very bottom, the absolute foundation. We're talking about the raw physical energy that AI is just devouring on a planetary scale: electricity. And right off the bat, we run into this incredible paradox. You see, AI is the most ethereal, weightless intelligence we've ever created. It has no body, it has no form, it just exists in the cloud. And yet, for it to even exist, it has to consume the heaviest, most brute force physical energy there is. It's just like the ancient philosopher Laozi said, all things carry yin and embrace yang. The lightest mind needs the heaviest energy. And listen, this isn't just some neat philosophical idea. The biggest thing keeping tech CEOs up at night isn't some bug in their code, it's whether there will be enough electricity to go around. I mean, these companies are literally pouring money into building their own power plants just to feed their AIs. That's the mind-boggling scale we're talking about. So what happens to all that raw electricity? Well, it gets transformed. Let's climb up to level 2, where that physical power gets refined into the new gold of our time: compute. Now, compute isn't just about how fast a processor is. You should really think of it as a kind of modern alchemy. It's this almost magical process that takes raw energy, measured in joules, and turns it into digital intelligence, measured in tokens. And make no mistake, a nation's compute power today is a direct measure of its future strength. This really shows you the massive shift. During the Industrial Revolution, the engine of progress was horsepower, the ability to move stuff, to conquer the physical world. In this AI revolution, the engine is compute power, the ability to process information, to conquer the world of complexity itself. Okay, let's keep climbing. Because once you have all that massive compute power, it doesn't just stay in the digital realm. It starts to translate into real-world influence, into social control. Welcome to level 3, authority. You've probably heard the saying, knowledge is power. The philosopher Michel Foucault built his whole career on that idea, that knowledge and power are basically the same thing. Well, in the age of AI, that idea becomes almost chillingly literal. Because at the end of the day, AI models are just these gigantic engines of knowledge. Now, here's the wild part. The core settings that shape an AI's entire worldview are called weights. And get this, the Chinese term for weights, 权重, actually has the character for power or authority right there inside it. It's this perfect double meaning. Power is literally baked into the AI's core math, shaping everything it says and does. So what this means is that the new global battleground, it's not about who controls the most land anymore. It's about who gets to set the AI's rules, who controls the algorithms that are starting to define what we all see as reality. It's a totally invisible, but totally pervasive form of authority. Okay, that was all pretty big picture, right? Global forces, big tech, all that. Let's bring it all the way down to earth. Let's bring it down to you. This is level 4, empowerment. How we, as individuals, get to tap into all this power. So, the philosopher Nietzsche talked about the will to power. Now, he wasn't talking about dominating other people. He was talking about that basic human drive inside all of us to just grow, to get better, to expand our own potential. And when you subscribe to an AI tool, you're not just buying a piece of software. You're tapping directly into that fundamental drive. Here's a cool way to think about it. For a few bucks a month, you are literally equipping your mind with a cognitive exoskeleton. It's like an external support system that just magnifies your own natural ability to think, to create, and to solve problems. Or even better, You're putting on an invisible power suit for your mind. It gives any single person an absolutely incredible cognitive advantage, letting you command a system that was pure science fiction just a handful of years ago. And that brings us to the top of the mountain, the fifth and final level. It's the most abstract, the most personal, and honestly, it's the most important one of all. This is the power of intention. Just imagine it for a second. All those power plants humming, all those millions of GPUs crunching numbers, all of human knowledge just sitting there, digitized. It's like a vast, silent, sleeping ocean of pure potential. And all of it, every last bit, just sits there, completely inert, until one tiny thing happens. You type a single thought, a single question, a single prompt into that little text box. Your intention is the spark that wakes up the entire global machine. This makes an ancient, profound, philosophical idea just astonishingly real. There's a Buddhist concept that says all things are created by the mind. It's no longer just a metaphor. Your thought, your specific intention is the spark that takes this infinite field of possibility and collapses it down into one single useful insight, just for you. So let's put it all together. This is the whole chain of command. You've got the tech giants providing the raw electricity and compute. You've got society as a whole providing the authority and the knowledge that's been embedded into the AI. But the final, most crucial links in the entire chain? That's you, your active empowerment and your driving intention. It's really an almost magical transaction when you think about it. With this simple, invisible subscription, you get to command one of the biggest physical and intellectual empires ever built. That's not just a tool, my friends. That is the ultimate modern luxury. And that brings us to the final thought. All 5 of these levels of power, from the plug in the wall to the prompt in your head, they're all connected now, and they're all accessible to you. You've literally been handed the keys to this new empire. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with them?